Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 26 updates and spoilers. Happy Monday. Oh my goodness. Our house guest of the day is Annabelle Anderson. Annabelle, thank you so much for the support and for the wonderful card that you sent in the mail. We really, really appreciate that. So if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below or send us some mail. Mail is always fun too. And as I've been mentioning lately, if you are still interested in getting the live feeds to watch this season, check out our link in the description for the stream. We have a link to get the feeds. And if you use our link, we get a little kickback, which is much, much, much appreciated. So thanks, guys. Thanks for listening to my BB talk. Okay, so we have some things to catch up on, right? When we left off the other day, it was just after the POV competition. And as a reminder, the players were Lisa, Kenny, and Angela. Those are the three nominees, right? And then we had Chelsea, the HOH, and then the two extra players, Brooklyn and Joseph. And I just still think it's so weird that they were chosen to play again when they both played last week. What's going on in that chip bag? But anyway, Kenny won the power veto. Even though he asked to be put up on the block, he said he wanted to go home. He said he didn't want to win the power veto. So I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit annoyed when I heard that Kenny won the veto. But at the same time, I'm still holding out hope. Maybe this is just what he needed to get his head in the game. Maybe he's going to turn it around now and actually start playing. We'll see. But the question now is who will go up in Kenny's place? Because even though he has said multiple times that he wanted to quit, I'm pretty sure he's going to use it on himself, right? All right. So Chelsea has a little chat with Kenny. I think part of this, she's trying to smooth things over here. I mean, she did put him up on the block. And now that he's coming off the block, she wants to make sure they're good. So she's asking Kenny, is there anyone that you would not want to go up on the block as a replacement nominee? Or is there anyone that you would like to see go up? Because she's like, I want to honor you. You won the veto. So I don't want to do anything that's going to go against your interests. So Kenny's like, I'm not working with anyone right now. But he says, I'd like to. And hopefully I've shown you that I can win. I can be a valuable member of a team. And he says he wants to win HOH. Great. But I mean, at least there's some life in him now, right? I'm sure he's going to be like, I want to win the HOH so I can get the letter from my wife. I love my wife. I'm really happy that he loves his wife and his kids, but I just really want to see him play the game. So Kenny tells Chelsea, as far as the replacement nominee goes, just do what you got to do, right? Don't worry about me. I don't really have anybody right now. So Chelsea's like, okay, well, I want Lisa to go. She still feels like Lisa has the other upgrade power. She doesn't. But Kenny agrees. A lot of people seem to still believe that Lisa has one of the upgrade powers. Okay. Perception is reality, right? So T-Core and Chemo have a game chat. And T-Core is not really getting why everyone wants Lisa out. First of all, she feels that so many people are making fun of Lisa behind her back. And I would agree. It gets pretty nasty sometimes. As offbeat as Lisa is, you still don't want to see someone get totally obliterated behind the scenes, made fun of. I just think that's sad. Oh my God, is that a dog with the heart emoji eyes? I've only ever seen a cat one. I love that. Okay. Hello. Yeah, so T-Core is not feeling that. She also says, I don't know why everyone wants to get Lisa out, because it makes sense for some people, for sure, but not everyone. Lisa is now basically a house target. So T-Core is personally, I'm more concerned about getting some of these big guys out, right? She doesn't want to see all these big guys aligning and targeting everyone else. So yeah, she's saying ideally she would have liked to get another guy out this week. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening. T-Core is also worried about a pawn going up in Kenny's place because so many people suspect that Lisa has a power. So if she does, they don't know what it is. And you could end up losing your pawn. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because I can't believe how many people have been volunteering to go up on the block this week, knowing that there are two secret powers in play. Not everybody knows what Mackenzie's does. I mean, most of the house now knows that Mackenzie has a power, and a bunch of them know what it does. But still, you don't know who has the other one or what it does. Like, you're taking a real chance going up as a pawn during a normal week, but especially when you know there's powers out there, that's absolutely wild to me. All right. So now, remember on Saturday when we talked about Angela and she was like looking out the door to the backyard and she saw T-Core, Cam, Chelsea, and Cedric all hanging out? And then, excuse me, we saw she all went over to Quinn. She told him to look outside and she said, "That's the group." Now, we didn't get any more details on what she meant about that at the time, but we saw that Quinn ended up telling T-Core about it, and T-Core felt very uneasy for multiple reasons. First of all, Angela had previously told multiple people within that group that she pointed out, like, I want to protect you, I want to work with you. So now that T-Core is hearing that Angela is trying to bring attention to that group possibly working together on a game level, it's not good. But also, T-Core felt uncomfortable that Angela's basically assuming that, you know, 4 Black House guests are hanging out together. They must be working together. Yeah, I wouldn't feel great about that either. I don't think that that's what Angela was implying, but I do see why T-Core would think that. So T-Core told Cedric about it, and then eventually got to Chelsea, and then Chelsea was asking Angela about it. So we've come full circle now because it's gotten back to Angela. So now Angela knows that Quinn told on her. So, oh God, excuse me. I'm so sorry. So Angela goes and grabs Quinn to talk. And this was insane. I had to watch this multiple times because Angela and Quinn are like walking into the house to go talk. And Angela walks by Lisa and she tells her in passing, "Lisa, wipe that stupid smirk off of your face." She said that out loud. When I was first reading updates about that, I thought she said it like under her breath or like away from everyone. But no, she said it like to Lisa. That was wild. Okay, so anyway, she's ready to freaking blow. So Angela and Quinn chat in the bathroom. And Angela's like, "All right, Quinn, you either told her," I don't know if she's talking about Chelsea or T-Core, "or you told someone else." So she's like, "Just tell me that you did it and I'll be okay with that." And then she's like, No, never mind. I would not be okay with that." Mommy's mad. So Quinn says, "All right, I told T-Core to check in with you to make sure that she's good with you because, you know, you said T-Core was a part of that group and I wasn't sure if you thought the group was coming after us or what." And he says, "It's important to me that we're all on the same page. So if you're worried about T-Core, like, I wanted her to check in with you." And Angela's like, No. I've never been worried about T-Core." So Angela says, "I was pointing out that group was a group that I thought we should work with, right? That I like all those people and I thought we could work together." So Quinn's like, "Well, I didn't get that from what you said. I thought you meant that you didn't trust that T-Core was hanging out with them." And Angela's like, "No!" Like, she starts to get upset here. She's like, "That doesn't make sense. I never didn't trust T-Core." So Angela's getting emotional here. She's like starting to cry. And then T-Core comes in and she's asking, like, "What happened? Can you please tell me what's going on?" So Angela is like, "Yes, I can explain that to you. So this is what happened." And that's when the cameras switch. Are you joking? Are you joking? So we didn't get to hear that explanation. A few minutes later, T-Core goes outside where Chelsea and some people are chatting. And Chelsea asks, like, "What's the vibe? What's going on?" And T-Core starts to ask, "Why does a grown woman..." And then the feeds cut. And the feeds stay down for like an hour and a half. And when they come back, everyone's just like hanging out around the house, hanging out outside. So basically, production is blocking all of the drama now and most of the discussion about said drama. This is so annoying. It is so irritating because, like, what are we paying for? Why are we buying these live feeds if we don't even get to watch what we're here for? So Yeah, later on, we see Angela in and out of tears. She's like eating an avocado out of the skin with a spoon. I've never done that before. I didn't. Is that a thing? Do people do that? I don't know. But she says, "Screw them. If I." No, she says, "Screw them. I'm gonna win that damn thing tomorrow." I think she means the AI arena competition, which is not tomorrow, but I think she's just all flustered. So she said, I'm going through it. We'll see how nice everyone wants to be then, because maybe I'll win HOH too. And she says, God, I'd love to win HOH again. That would be nuts. And like a week ago, I would have been like, yeah, let's do it. Team fun feeds. But now, if Angela were to win HOH again, I feel like we just wouldn't have feeds for a week. Like they would just keep blocking them out. We wouldn't get to see them. So it would be a waste. But yeah, it's really annoying. So then the feeds were in and out the rest of Saturday night. So just piecing together what happened the rest of that night, Tucker volunteered to go up as a pawn in Kenny's place because he thinks that he can beat Angela and Lisa in the AI competition. I mean, after hearing what this past week's AI competition was, I would not be volunteering because, like, it can be anything. It can be something like a crapshoot. Like, you don't know what it is. And I think a lot of people are underestimating Angela in these competitions. I mean, let's not forget she won the first HOH competition. It's not like she's incapable of winning things. So I don't know why everyone keeps saying like there's no way Angela's going to win any competitions. She definitely could. I mean, look at how equitable these comps have been so far. Like they're up for grabs. So he feels pretty confident. And even if he doesn't beat the two of them in the AI competition, he feels that he would have the votes to stay. I mean, yeah, I guess he would, right? Unless people got a little bloodthirsty and thought, you know what? Tucker, really strong competitor, really good socially. Maybe we should think about voting him out. I mean, if I was in there, I'd definitely be considering it for sure. So we'll see about that. But anyway, Mackenzie told some more people about her power. At this point, I think at least half of the house knows about her power and what it does. So she told Brooklyn. Brooklyn had already heard about it from Chelsea, so she had to be like, oh. She told Tucker, who had basically already figured it out and called her out on it. She didn't give him all of the deets on how it works. She told him it's safety for me, but if I'm not on the block after 4 weeks, I can use it on someone else. That's a creative way of describing it because that's not exactly the truth. Like she could use it on anyone within 4 weeks, but I think she's trying to cover her ass here and come up with an excuse of why she wouldn't use it on someone else. Like, oh, I can only use it on myself. She can use it on anyone. But yeah, she told him that that's what it does, but she also mentioned that the HOH would not control the renom. She doesn't say that America's voting, but she says the HOH would not have control over it. So she's saying, like, I'm pretty sure Lisa has the other power. I don't know if it does the same thing. She doesn't have one. Also, the other power does not do the same thing. In other news, Big Brother gave the house guests cornhole to play in the backyard. Fun. And then everyone, I think except for Angela, celebrated Joseph's birthday at midnight. So happy birthday, Joseph. Woo! I've really been enjoying him so far. I think he's been fun to watch. I think he's pretty smart strategically. I think he made a mistake hitching his wagon to Angela week 1, but I feel like he's been cleaning up since then and he's been getting it together. So there was some late night gaming after that. Actually, I guess I should also say I think the reason that Angela wasn't there is because there was an Angela blow up earlier in the day that we didn't get to see. So I don't know if she was sleeping at that point or just like isolating herself, but ooh, that's not a good situation. So let's get into the late night gaming now from Saturday night. T-Core, Chemo, and Quinn looks like they've formed a final 3, and Quinn started spilling info. He told the two of them about the Pentagon Alliance, not the name of it, but he did name who's in it and how it came together. So he said it's him, Brooklyn, Chelsea, Cam, and Cedric. And he made a point of saying that he and Brooklyn know that they're number 4 and 5 in that alliance. So that core alliance of Chelsea, Cam, Cedric clocked. People know that the three of them are working very closely together. Uh-oh. All right. So then on Sunday, Tucker and Chelsea were chatting. And Tucker says he's still down to be the replacement nominee once Kenny pulls himself down. So Chelsea's like, awesome. I really appreciate that, right? Because she doesn't want to like burn any bridges with anyone or get any more blood on her hands. And she tells Tucker, you are not on my radar as a target. So you don't have to worry about that. You'll be good up on the block. Tucker's like, you know what? If people want to vote me out, good luck, because it's not going to be an enjoyable experience for anyone if Angela and Lisa both stay this week. I mean, he's got a point, right? Angela and Lisa together for another week. Like, who knows went down during this latest blow up. But I would not want to have to deal with all that tension in the house for sure. So yeah, apparently we missed a lot. While the feeds were blocked on Saturday. It sounds like Angela popped off again. And Chelsea's kind of annoyed by this because she really wanted Lisa to go this week. And now that Angela has had another outburst, she's thinking people are probably going to want to vote Angela out instead. And that's going to be really awkward for Chelsea. And it sounds like from what Chelsea said, she also went off on Angela a bit because she heard that Angela was spreading her name around the house, claiming that she was working with certain people. So Chelsea did not like that, and she needed to set the record straight. So we'll see. I hope we get to see some of it on the show. I mean, we didn't get to see any of the Lisa and Angela argument, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got blocked out of this too, but that would really piss me off. So yeah, Chelsea and Tucker agree that Angela, there's a good chance that she's going to be going home this week unless there's some sort of a miracle and she wins the AI arena competition. Again, I don't think it needs to be a miracle. I think she is very capable of winning these competitions, right? So Tucker was also saying, if we vote out Lisa, Angela might just leave on her own anyway. Oh, so the second he says that, bye live feeds, we're not allowed to hear about that. All right. Meanwhile, Angela is crying. She's asking Chemo for a hug. So he hugs her. And Angela's like, I want you to know I'm not crying tears of sadness right now. It's tears of happiness from getting a much needed hug from you. And Chemo says, yeah, sometimes we got to be real people. But we have to be the best versions of ourselves. I need to know what this latest blow up was. Please let us see it on the show, please. Oh. All right. So then Chelsea was holding some one-on-one conversations yesterday because she's trying to gauge, where are we at? Would people rather see Lisa go this week or Angela? She needs to regroup after the latest Angela blow up. So Chelsea's also telling people, if there's a tie and I have to break that tie, I want to make sure that I'm making the right call here. I need to hear from the people what they want. So from these talks, we can gather some of the pros and cons here that everybody's thinking. So Angela leaving this week would be the least amount of blood for Chelsea, right? Because, I mean, a lot of people would be happy with Angela going because of all the trouble that she's caused. Angela doesn't really have anyone right now in the game. She is a lone wolf. They feel like she's less likely to win competitions than Lisa. But a con of Angela staying, she could blow up at any time, right? She could be blowing up, spilling game information, and that's not good. It's also just not pleasant energy to be around. And then if you look at Lisa, she could probably win more competitions than Angela. She is much more capable of making connections with people. Chelsea's really concerned that Lisa is close with Leah and Mackenzie. That seems to be one of the biggest hangups that Chelsea has here about Lisa. She does not want Lisa gaining numbers and coming after her. Plus, a lot of people still think that Lisa has one of the powers. So that is a strike against her. They want to get that out of here. So it seems like after all those one-on-ones, Lisa could still be the target, even after whatever Angela did. So in other news, Big Brother gave the house guests wine, beer, party hats, etc. to celebrate Joseph's birthday yesterday. Yay! Happy birthday again. Seems like they were having some fun with that. but there was still some gaming to be done. So back to the game. Tucker was getting a little nervous yesterday now that he's offered himself up as a pawn. So he's nervous about what kind of power Lisa potentially has. None. But he wants to chat with Lisa and see if he can like pull some info out of her, find out what this power does because he's thoroughly convinced that she has it. So Tucker is talking to Lisa, and I did not witness this conversation live. I was mostly just reading the transcripts of it, but it seemed like a lot. It seemed a little aggressive on Tucker's end. He was telling Lisa, all of my observations tell me that you have one of these powers. And Lisa's like, no, I do not. I do not have a power. And we know that she's telling the truth. She does not have a secret power. But they go back and forth about this a bit, like over and over. Tucker keeps insisting, like, I know you have it. And she's like, no, I don't. Tucker was also saying, I don't think you're actually a chef. I think you're either a yoga or Pilates instructor. Damn. He was saying, like, you don't even know how to make pepper coarser or something. So he's pretty convinced she's not actually a chef. I think she works as a chef. I wouldn't say she's like some, critically acclaimed chef. I don't know if she actually ever went to school for it or if she just taught herself, but I think she works professionally as a chef. I think maybe more as like an event organizer though, who also cooks. I don't know. But anyway, he's really hung up on that. Also, they have like this pissing contest about who knows more about human behavior. Lisa's all like, I studied human behavior and sociology. And Tucker's like, well, I studied with the CIA. What? I know when people are covering things up. Did he go to Quantico or something? I don't know. But in other news, that was awkward. In other news, Leah now has her sights set on a new man. We've seen her flirting with Cam. We've seen her with Quinn. We've even seen her with Cedric. But now she is focused on Tucker. She was even asking Rubina if she has a thing with Tucker because she could kind of sense maybe there's some vibes there. And Rubina's like, no, I don't know about that. I think Rubina and Tucker might be into each other. I don't know. But Leah now seems to be really interested in him. Is it because this is like one of the only guys that she's not getting attention from? I'm kind of getting that vibe. But anyway, Cam and Quinn are going to be heartbroken that Leah is not choosing them. Also, I don't think Tucker is into Leah in that way. He's said before that she's not his type. So I don't know. Anyway, today, back to the game, because I can only talk about the love triangle for so long. But back to the game, Tucker has a new proposal for Chelsea. So this morning he was asking, what if you put up Mackenzie as the replacement nominee so that she has to use her power? And then you can put me up after she takes herself down. And Chelsea's like, no, because it doesn't work that way. Chelsea knows that America would be voting for the replacement nominee. So she could not control who goes up on the block. And Tucker's like, okay, that's fine. Because then, we flush out Mackenzie's power and then you don't have to take any of the blame for whoever goes up as the replacement. And Chelsea's like, okay, but if I put Mackenzie up on the block and she uses her power, that means she stays. And then I'm going to have Mackenzie and Leah both pissed off at me for putting Mackenzie up on the block. I mean, I get where she's coming from for sure. So she does not want to do that. During this conversation, Tucker also mentions that Leah has been flirting with him more. He has noticed it and he's not a fan because it feels fake. He doesn't like it. Yeah, so he's picking up on that. Anyway, they had the power veto ceremony today. Kenny used the power veto on himself. Chelsea put up Tucker. She didn't mess with Mackenzie at all. And Mackenzie did not use her power. So we've got Tucker versus Lisa versus Angela up on the block. Woo, what a crew, right? We have 3 days left until the next eviction. One nominee will be coming down after the AI arena competition on Thursday. We'll see who it is. Oh my God. Can you imagine if it ends up being like Lisa versus Tucker on the block? 2 sworn enemies. That'd be pretty wild. But Anyway, I just really hope that we're going to get to see the drama play out on the show that they wouldn't let us see on the live feeds. So now I want to thank all of you guys so much for watching, and a special thank you to our super chatters. So Bailey Almost, thank you so much. Bailey says, you and Janet are angels for pushing through the season without flashbacks. Oh my God, thank you. BB wouldn't be the same without your updates, recaps. Thank you so much. Well, I have to say thank you to everybody who is posting their updates on the live feeds online, because I would not be able to continue doing this without the flashbacks and without them. So I really want to extend a thank you to them. They are all amazing. Everybody who posts clips from the live feeds, like, it is much appreciated, because if we didn't have that and we were just all watching the live feeds when we can, if you miss something, it's gone. So thank you to everybody who's doing their thing to preserve the live feeds this season. Wendy Will, thank you so much. Oh my God. We really, really appreciate it. Nick Proman, thank you so much for the super chat. Nick says, thanks for the updates. I've been watching you for over a decade. Oh my goodness. That's so awesome. Thank you for sticking with us. Oh my God. Even through some of those bad seasons. Very, very cool. Shane Wright, thank you so much as always. Sean Davis, thank you for the super chat. Sean asks, would you rather play Big Brother in Frenchie's Funhouse or Angela's Circus? I don't understand these people volunteering to go on the block. Have they seen Pooch? I know, right? I forgot about Pooch. But yeah, the volunteering to go up on the block just blows my mind every time it happens, especially when there's secret powers in play. Like, what? I think a lot of that can be chalked up to recruits, right? They do not know the game that well. But would I rather play in Frenchie's Funhouse or Angela's Circus? Honestly, I think I would rather play in Angela's Circus, because I think if you just kind of like block out her attacks on people, I feel like it would be easier to put up with. I don't know, but I'm curious what you guys would say. I would say Angela's Circus, but that might also just be like recency bias. I don't know. Nanita Madrano, thank you so much. This is Nanita's 10th super on a live stream. Woo! Thank you. And Nanita says Team Tucker. I do enjoy Tucker to a certain extent, but also like he can get a little wild with some of these bashing sessions. I don't know. He hasn't said anything too over the top from what I've seen, but he's a little bit out there. All right. Raven Picks, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. And Benjamin says, Chelsea wasted her HOH if Angela leaves here. I know. If you wanted Lisa out, Angela is the worst pawn ever. Also, she's nominating all the entertainment. She really is putting up some of the more entertaining people on live feeds, right? I do agree if Angela goes, that's kind of a waste, because as annoying as she is for everyone, I do think there are bigger fish to fry. So I would agree with that. Yeah, Angela would definitely ask to speak to the manager 100%. Yep, don't get pooched. Okay, Tammy Trosh says Angela's Circus. Agree. Froki, is that how you say it? Froki Production. Angela saved Big Brother for me, but I admit she goes too far with her comments, so I can't defend. But I do think she got the people talking, and that's an accomplishment on its own. Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining to a certain extent, but it's also just like, girl, you need to dial it back a little bit. I mean, if she had any plans on winning, you're not doing it right. But if she was just trying to be entertaining, definitely mission accomplished. So that's where we're at right now. We will be back tomorrow for another spoiler live stream. So I hope you join us for that. Hope you all have a great evening. And thank you again so much. So until tomorrow, much love. Bye, everybody.